Good morning, it's Lianne Phillipson coming to you from Sprout Right headquarters. I've got a bit of a wobbly camera today, it looks like. That certainly isn't how I'm feeling at the moment. I'm just raring to go and ready for, to exhale around the end of the Christmas run-up, build-up. I don't even know what we call it anymore, but it is definitely a nutty time of year. So if anyone's on with me, just let me know if you can hear me. I see one eyeball going on there, so just let me know if you're able to see me, and do join in with your comments and your challenges around this time of year. I definitely know how tricky it is to manage everything that's going on in the holidays, as well as trying to eat healthy, trying to eat the vegetables, just trying to eat anything that's, not on the run, on the go, that is in your purse or in your bag or in your bottom drawer at work or something like that, because it really is a time that can be completely upside down. But what I really wanted to share with you is, did you know that most North Americans, we can consume about 600 extra calories a day between Thanksgiving and New Year's? That's more the American Thanksgiving, so for about a month or so. Then we can take in all those extra calories, and that can equate to about an extra 5 pounds a week. So when I read that stat, I thought, okay, hang on a minute. We really have to slow down. We have to find a way so that, come the new year, we don't have the pounds still piling on after the holidays, and your sugar cravings, your blood sugar balance that's upside down. All of those things end up carrying right on into the new year. So let's talk about some ways to navigate and to manage all of this. So let's say you are, going to a party, and you've got a menu in front of you, or it's a buffet, or all of those kind of things. I want to make sure that let me just have a drink of my soup. I just got a little tickle in my throat. And then you go all wobbly because I'm moving my desk, I'm sorry. So let's say that you turn up to the buffet and there's all those pastries. So sausage rolls, what did I see in the store the other day? Like a Thai spring roll, pad Thai, something deep fried, and all of those kind of things. So those are easy. Grab them, stick them in your mouth because you're starving. You've just come from another party, or you haven't eaten lunch and you're at an afternoon something. They're so easy to eat, but about 200 calories a mouthful. Why don't you just go straight for the protein first? The protein is what's going to help to stabilize you. So maybe it's the meatballs that you go for. Maybe it's even the cheese board, even though it's a little bit higher in fat, going straight for that cheese board. But you've got the fat in there, you've got the protein in there to slow down the release of anything else that you're going to eat at this particular gathering. But make sure that you've got the foundation of protein in there. Just having that small amount of sausage going into the sausage roll is really not quite enough. So just try and see what you can do with that as much as possible. So more protein. So anything that's coming from an animal. So the meatballs are typically something that's there. Obviously turkey, if it's at a turkey dinner or something like that, is the perfect thing to load up on your plate, as well as those lovely vegetables that everybody makes. But you won't have room for your sweets, which is probably not a bad thing. Okay, try and get as much color onto your plate as possible. Now this just makes it all a lot more fun. So especially when you're involving kids. So how many colors can they get onto their plate? I talk about this a lot in all of my consultations, especially with picky eaters. So incredibly important that those picky eaters are learning how to think outside the box. So encourage them to have more colors. So can you find something on the plate that's orange? Can you find something that's green? Can you find something that's purple? That's a bit of a stretch unless they've got blueberries hanging around, or red. Or just give them a little bit of a challenge while you also do the same thing and go along and pick up some really amazing some really amazing vegetables and colorful foods. It doesn't always have to be about the green and leafy greens and things like that. Unless you're sitting down and you've got a beautiful salad in front of you. Pomegranate at this time of year is absolutely fantastic and so much fun. Put it on top of a salad. You could throw it in the blender with a smoothie as well. If you've got a little bit left over, throw it in the kids' lunch. Give them a piece because they love to pull all those little pieces out. So that's an absolutely fantastic thing to do. Don't skip meals. Whatever you do, you've got to eat every single day. You've got to eat every single meal because it just gets so crazy busy. You've got to get up, you got to get out. Kids and people have to be in places by a certain time, or maybe you're trying to get somewhere to pick up those last minute presents or something like that. You can't go out on empty. If you do, your day is going to end up being completely different. Your energy is going to be in your boots and it's not where you need it to be. So have that breakfast, whatever it looks like. Last week, my daughter loves oatmeal. So at the beginning of the week, I put all my oats into a saucepan. I cover it with water so that the top little flakes are just floating, maybe even a little bit more. And then I leave it overnight for the first night. In the morning, I add in almond milk or coconut milk or whatever it is that we're doing at the time, some cinnamon. And then I just warm it and cook it through. She has her small bowl. I'll have some. Sometimes I even put a little bit of leftover oatmeal into our smoothie, which is a great place to just get a little bit of extra fiber going on in there as well. And then the rest of it goes into a container. And then every morning I just take a couple of spoonfuls out, put it into my smaller saucepan, add a little bit of the milk or a little bit of water, and then stir until it's warm, and then it's done. I don't have a microwave. If you had a microwave, then it would be even faster to do this. But it's kind of like not needing those little pouches of oatmeal because you've got it all going on right there. So don't skip your meals. Start with that breakfast because that breakfast is so incredibly important. Throw some bars or some snacks. The Kind bars are great. I love those. Also, the Made Good bars are ones that I always have sort of tucked away in the car because somebody in the back seat is going to be, I'm hungry, I want to stop and do something, or I want to grab something. It's like just chuck them a bar and they can have something like that. Those little mini oranges are just tremendous at this time of year. We do keep eating those, and then sometime next year when I take my car to be washed, to find them all stuck in the cup holders, all the little white bits that they sit there and peel off, little cheeky monkeys in the back. But anyway, it's great that they've actually eaten the orange in the first place, so I'm always grateful for that. But those transport and travel really, really well, much better than a mushed up banana at the bottom of your bag or something like that. So your blood sugar control is going to stay really stable if you're eating every day. Don't just wait. You got a party at the end of the day. Don't save up and just, eat all your calories at that time. You have to keep on eating throughout the day. And my advice actually is before you go to the party, make sure you have something good to eat, because then you're not going to just aim straight for the chip bowl, straight for those pastries, all of those kind of things. And it's really going to help to manage your intake, those extra 600 calories a day I was talking about that we typically do between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So really trying to keep that down. Go straight for the veggies, go straight for the protein first. All right, another thing that is sometimes quite tricky with the stress is to make sure that you get enough sleep. The best way to eliminate belly fat is to sleep more. It helps to balance those hormones so that your stress hormones don't get deposited in a very roundabout way, but get deposited in your belly. So if you're feeling like, oh, my belly's expanding, my jeans are getting tighter, all of those kind of things, go to bed. When you go to bed, then sleep, have sex, burn some calories there, do whatever it is that you want, as well as your regular routine. But making sure that you get to bed and you get some good sleep is so tremendous for every aspect of weight management, of weight loss, weight gain, if you happen to be that person. I have had people ask me to help them in order to gain weight. Not always, but there are ways, and there are people that need to do that too. So sleep is still so incredibly important. My next tip is to make your own sweets at home. I've got some lovely recipes that I'll be making this weekend with my daughters to take to friends. These sinless chocolate brownies, that's in my book, and then also you can just search that on the blog post page on Sprout Right. I'll put a blog post link for you underneath this as well when I'm all finished too. But those, it's made with brown rice syrup, so you've got a handle on the sweeteners a little bit. Now I do also have some marzipan sort of bar type of thing that we make that has full-on flour, full-on sugar, and all of those kind of things. So that's how I managed to balance it a little bit more. Whereas I have something like the Sinless chocolate brownies, which are really good, made with gluten-free flour. I like that, Sandy, very much. Yes, sleep is the best, and sex and food are good too. You can do it all in the same location if you really want to. You can make sure that you got everything going on in bed at the same time. Just a little tray on the side, just got to do everything from under the duvet would just be lovely. So now I've lost my train of thought. That's a good giggle. Thank you, Sandy. So making sure that you've got this balance of sweets going on is really, really good. So yeah, mix up some of the healthy with some of the not so healthy, and that's okay, because you're not going to go through this whole season of not eating chocolate, of not having more wine, or not having more booze, or not, all of those kind of, it's going to happen. But every time you go and put something in your mouth, just okay, one sausage roll instead of 5, because that's what you're standing in front of. So make sure that you've got a balance going on as much as possible. And I've in the beginning of December, I started off a month's trial at a boxing academy, and when I was there yesterday, there was only 3 of us there, and I said to everybody, make sure, what's this going to look like in January, and is there just going to be an absolute influx of people coming? Because I can't believe how quiet it is. Now, it was a daytime class, which is not always easy for me to make, but I do tend to make it on the Mondays at least. There's evening classes as well. So try and get active as much as you can. Get ahead of that January rush in the gym, or I haven't been for a run for a little bit just because of the snow. I don't want to fall on my butt when I'm out running. So whatever you can do. One of the biggest things that I do just in my office here every morning, and is to do my Jillian Michaels. I have a video of hers called the 30-Day Shred or something like that I bought years and years ago, and I do that, and it just makes me feel so much better, and it makes my blood sugar be more balanced. I have more energy, and immediately I'm going to eat better all the way throughout the day. So it's so good to do, to be active way before it gets time to be wanting to lose, and those extra 5 pounds that you've put on, or extra 10 pounds or whatever, or you just feel awful. Sometimes by the time January comes, you're like, oh, no more chocolates, I can't do it anymore. No more alcohol, I can't do it anymore. I'm going to give up sugar. And then you think, no, actually I'm not, because I really am craving it. I just want it. I want more and more and more and more. So really making sure that you're getting ahead of the game as much as possible. It doesn't have to be, most of December and going into this season. It's just going to all fall apart, and you'll collect yourself, sort of January 1st, January 2nd. It doesn't really work like that, or it doesn't work well anyway. So see what you can do with this advice. See what you can do with trying to create some balance. Enjoy the chocolates, enjoy the drinks, enjoy all of those kind of things, and make sure that you have a beautiful holiday. Enjoy your family. Be in the moment with them as much as you possibly can, and do let your hair down. And then the next day, pick yourself back up and get back on whatever wagon it is that you happen to be on at the moment. Now, come the new year, we'll have a lot of fun things going on, not only on the Facebook page, but also in the blog posts and all of those kind of things, just to kind of get you back on track. We always have the 21-day Amp Up Your Plants program, which we've done a few years in a row. So that's available for purchase either now, or there might be some specials on some things come Boxing Day and the New Year. So do look out for those in your newsletter. So I so wish you and your family an absolutely beautiful holiday, whatever it is that you celebrate, a holiday season full of love and joy and laughter. It's so important. And sleep, lots and lots of lovely sleep. So take good care from us at Sprout Right. Thank you so much for all of your support, all of your questions, reading our newsletters, all of those kind of things. We do so appreciate it. And we will see you in the new year with tons more great stuff for you and your family. So take good care. Bye.